So you don't think I could come to an NFL franchise and change the program?
Sanders, end zone, caught!
If that's not what you're trying to do, don't give me.
Oh, he hit him with the sauce. Touchdown!
I'm the most guaranteed person you can take.
The NFL draft is now only 4 days away, and even though nobody knows exactly where we'll see quarterback Shedeur Sanders next season, we do know he ain't hard to find. He also apparently hasn't been hard to criticize. He's been called brash and arrogant, unprofessional, and disinterested. To me, that can be translated as confident. Dan Orlovsky explains the reason he should be going into draft day.
It's Shedeur Sanders' time, and he was the only quarterback to finish in the top 5 in touchdown passes, passing yards, and completion percentage in 2024, and he excelled despite a suspect offensive line. Sanders dealt with absolute chaos up front and was sacked an FBS high 94 times in the last 2 seasons. Defenses brought the heat, but he responded with 14 touchdown passes against the blitz last season, 9 more than he had in 2023. Shedeur's game relies on rhythm and timing, and he's flawless with a clean pocket. He completed 82% of those passes on plays when he wasn't pressured last season. Best in the FBS and the only quarterback over 80%. He's at his best throwing receivers open with anticipation and led the FBS in completions to open targets in 2024. With solid offensive line play, Sanders will be the ultimate point guard in the NFL.
It's Easter Sunday here on SportsCenter. Kind of feels like Christmas Eve, though, for NFL insider Jeremy Fowler on draft week. Jeremy, you talked to us about Shedeur Sanders yesterday, said his Giants workout went well. He's in play to go 3rd overall. Let's say he gets past New York. Giants go with like Abdul Carter. What are you hearing about where Sanders might get picked?
Phil, there's not a clear-cut home for Sanders right now when I ask people around the league. The Saints at number 9 have done a lot of work on the quarterback. Certainly that could be in play there, but not a lot of momentum that Sanders would be the pick at 9. Steelers have some love for Sanders, picking at 21. They don't have a second-round pick, though, and they have some defensive needs. Same with the Rams. No second-round pick. Do they go quarterback? There's just not a lot of momentum right now or buzz that he has a surefire hit, other than most around the league do expect him to go fairly high in the first round. Now, keep in mind as a back pocket item, Cleveland Browns, they do like Shedeur Sanders' sort of computer mind, his ability to process at the line of scrimmage. Can they keep the Colorado party alive if they go Travis Hunter at 2 and then use one of their 9 remaining picks to try to move back into the first round? So that could be the play potentially with Cleveland. You know, if they could at least do it, it's feasible.
Yeah, with that pick at the top of the 2nd round. And they're part of the reason we have a few other QB prospects moving up the draft board. If you can get that 5th-year option, so valuable if you hit on somebody round 1. What more can you tell us about the rumblings around the league with some of those guys, Jalen Milroe among them?
Yeah, Jalen Milroe going into this, probably the most polarizing quarterback prospect. He's looking at this as sort of an early day 2 proposition, but he could sneak into the late first round if somebody loves him enough. A lot of teams have done serious homework on him. He probably has the highest upside if you can get around the accuracy issues. But I talked to his quarterback coach, Jordan Palmer. He said they've been working for the league. He could stash him for a couple years and play him. High upside. And you got Jackson Dart. So I've asked multiple execs around the league, do you expect him to go in the top 15 picks? They say they don't expect it, but they wouldn't be surprised. And so that intrigued me. There's at least some buzz that he could go pretty early. Saints have done a little bit. And you got Tyler Shuck. He's getting some buzz here out of Louisville. He worked out for the New York Giants yesterday. So this is a team, the Giants, that are looking at their options where if they can't go quarterback at 3, they want to try to get one day 2 or maybe even move up. Shuck appears to be in that mix. The Saints obviously actually like him as well. So he's a quarterback with the size, the arm strength that has intrigued teams.
And the concern about Shuck is his age. He's 25.
Yeah.
Same question last year about Bo Nix. Through 1 year, it's gone okay in Denver.
No doubt.
Jeremy Fowler, thanks so much.
Thanks, Phil.
Coming up.
So you don't think I could come to an NFL franchise and change the program?
Sanders, end zone, caught!
If that's not what you're trying to do, don't give me.
Oh, he hit him with the sauce. Touchdown!
I'm the most guaranteed person you can take.
It's Easter Sunday, but for our NFL Draft insiders, it's basically Christmas week. Jeremy Fowler here with us with more on Shedeur Sanders. And Jeremy, you told us yesterday here on SportsCenter his workout with the Giants went well. He's in play to go 3rd overall, but let's say the Giants go another direction. Say they take Abdul Carter. What are you hearing about where Sanders may end up getting picked?
Yeah, Phil, there's not a clear-cut home right now for Shedeur Sanders. The Saints have done a lot of homework on quarterbacks at number 9 overall. I don't get the sense, at least right now, that Sanders would be the pick there. Pittsburgh Steelers have some cursory interest, but they don't have a second-round pick. So do they go quarterback at 21 overall, or do they maybe go defense? So 2 questions loom here leading into Thursday. Is there a surprise team for Shedeur Sanders? And if not, will the Browns or the New York Giants try to move back into the first round in the middle of the late area, try to get Sanders? Maybe even if the Browns, you could pair Travis Hunter with Sanders, keep the band back together. I do know the Browns have some love for Sanders, his ability to process at the line of scrimmage, kind of has this computer mind. They like that. Is it enough to make a move? We'll see.
Yeah, this is the closest we've gotten to a draft 4 days in the common draft era without a first-round trade. If Sanders slips past the Saints, might see some teams pick up the phone.
No doubt.
Few other QB prospects, Jeremy, moving up draft boards. If you get that 5th-year option on a first-round guy, it's so valuable. What more can you tell us about rumblings around the league with some of these guys, namely Jalen Milroe?
Yeah, calling around the league on Milroe. The sense is right now he's an early day 2 pick, and there could be maybe a surprise if he slides or jumps into that late first-round area because the upside is tremendous. I talked to his quarterback coach, Jordan Palmer. He said that he is a high achiever, high competitor. Those are 2 things you want in a quarterback. They've been working on his accuracy, which is an issue. That would be a team he would love to go to slide behind Smith for a couple years and learn. And you got Jackson Dart. So I've asked multiple executives with teams, do you have Dart as a top 15 pick? They said they don't expect that, but that also wouldn't surprise them. That's how quarterbacks get pushed up, and there's a lot of intrigue and buzz around Jackson Dart, the same on the quarterback. So it really could go any different way. And then you got Tyler Shuck with Louisville. He worked out for the New York Giants yesterday. He's pretty well positioned. It seems to be a buzzy name right now. Probably not a late first-round pick, but certainly these guys get pushed up, has some early day 2 buzz. Does he get moved up? You got the New York Giants that, look, if they don't go Sanders at 3, they're going to get a quarterback. They've scoured the earth for all these prospects. This would be an ideal fit. I also know the Los Angeles Rams have some love for Shuck. They like just that big, tall pocket passer, big arm. This is considered a weak quarterback class, so if you have those things like Shuck does, you're probably going to get elevated a little bit.
And there was some critique about his age. He's 25.
Yeah.
He's going to be 26 in September, but they said the same thing about Bo Nix, and he had a decent rookie year in Denver.
No doubt.
Jeremy Fowler, thanks so much.
Thanks, Phil.
Chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Và hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là lấp lánh. Mọi người hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là óng ánh. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm nhé.